We're going to call this instance, let's just call it O-line security. Okay, it will be called O-line security. We're only going to create one. If you want to create more, let's say you want to create 1,000 for whatever reason, you can just switch this number to 1,000. For this video, we're going to create one. Here are the AMIs. We can pick the AMIs in another sense are the operating systems your EC2 instance will launch. If you want to make sure that you're staying within the free tier package, I would select this Amazon Linux AMI. Okay, this is the AMI that we're going to be using for most, if not all, of our projects. If you did if you looked at our how to configure Vault project in one of our recent videos, we use this AMI. And as you can see, it is a part of the free tier package. Okay, so we're not going to change the architecture. We're going to leave it as it is. The instance type, we're going to leave it as a T2 micro. We don't need anything larger than this for what we're doing right now. All right, if we do need something larger in any of the future projects, we will mention that. The keys. Okay, your keys, you need a key in order to provision any of these EC2 instances, any of these virtual machines. This is how we're going to access them. So for the sake of the video, I'll create a new one. So I'll create one and we'll call it O-line security. O-line security 1962. Okay. The key pair type, we'll leave it as RSA. Most of us are familiar with this algorithm. It's a asymmetric algorithm that's going to create a public and a private key. We are okay with the PEM format. If you are using PuTTY to SSH into your machines, then you need a PPK format. All right. Most of the time, we should be okay with PEM. It's easy to convert it over to PPK. For now, we're going to leave it as is and select Create Key Pair. As you select it, it will download the private key to your local machine. That private key you will need to log into your EC2 instance. Security group. We're going to create a security group. Some of us may already have some, so select your existing security group. I don't like creating security groups just to create them unless we're going through a learning process like we are now. You want to make sure you're keeping track of all of your security groups. What is a security group? This is what AWS uses to control the firewall, or it is the firewall. We can control the traffic going in and out using these security groups. So it essentially is a firewall. This security group that we're creating, why are we creating it? Or how do I know we're creating it? Because we have that option selected. The security group we're creating is going to allow SSH traffic. What port does SSH use? Somebody throw it in the comment section. What port does the standard port does SSH use, secure shell use? We are going to allow SSH traffic from anywhere, okay? We could allow HTTPS or HTTP. Once again, we could, but we're not going to. If you know what ports HTTPS and HTTP uses respectively, please throw that in the comment section as well. Let's teach everybody something while we're going through these videos. What port does SSH use? What port does HTTPS use? And what port does HTTP use? We are going to allow SSH traffic from anywhere because we need to access our virtual machine. No one else should be able to access your virtual machine because they don't have this private key that you created here. All right, next, we're going to leave the storage volume root storage at 8 gigabytes. This is fine. We don't need anything crazy. This is good to go. We're going to launch this instance. Before I launch it, let me just do a quick overview. All we did was create a name. We left the number of instances as 1. We selected this Linux AMI, Amazon Linux AMI. We're leaving the architecture as is. We're using the T2.micro instance type. We created a new key. We're creating a new security group, and we're leaving the root storage volume at 8 gigabytes. So let's go ahead and select launch instance.